The media, I just want the media, there's probably the biggest crowd I've ever seen at Alberton, and you've tried your joke for the first time.
Yeah.
Were you nervous about telling a joke? Because you're good at it.
No, I'm not. No. There's no chance I am. I know that you do your guest speakers nights and they're fantastic, and you can tell jokes, and I'm not like that. I'm not bad one-liners that I can bounce off someone, but to actually stand up and tell a joke, even remember the joke is a.
Well, that was the most impressive part that you remembered.
That's impressive for me because I'm just absolutely hopeless at it. So I told the kids beforehand, and that when you watch the vision, the kids are all on the side. So I told them I was going to say this, and.
Sick and tired. You were sick and tired.
What did they say to you?
They said no way in the world, and they said just keep away from that sort of stuff. Anyway, they were my hardest critics. So when I did it, they didn't even actually laugh. So they didn't give me anything.
They did when you reached over. And actually, the funny part was that I think a fair portion of the media thought you did have an illness. Did you think that?
If I did it again, I would like to have had It's all about timing, excuse me, as you know. What do you got in there?
Yeah, water.
Is it?
Water.
Scotch. Timing is everything with telling jokes, and I think I needed a bit of a pregnant pause in between the bit of illness and.
All right. Yep. Fair enough.
Choco, I don't want to harp on this, but can I go back to the meeting?
No.
with Brett Duncanson. Going into that meeting,
yes.
Did it ever cross your mind?
Yes.
Before you opened your mouth, before you saw Brett, that you would be thinking about walking away from Port Adelaide?
It crossed my mind that things are going really poorly at the club, and as one of the major contributors to it, what can we do about it? And because
you don't walk away from things. Choco.
No, you're right. But only if the best solution for the club and moving forward is to walk away.
So did it go? Did it go through your mind or not?
Oh yeah. To think that the situation where it was in, we hadn't won games. I've been there for 14 years. I'm smart enough to know that things like this happen at football clubs.
There's times when you coach, though, and especially when you lose and losses start to build, that you have that fleeting thought of, why am I doing this? Now, I'm sure that's happened more than once in this year. In previous years, even when you've had good years, it comes out, why? Because you can't sleep. It's your whole life's thrown into turmoil. You go, why am I doing this?
Some people lose hair.
So,
see, that's not a joke, is it? See what I'm saying? That's not a joke.
That was funny. That was good. Off the cuff. I like that one.
Get your pen for
you.
you.
No, that's all right. I don't need it. I mean, have there been other times, not when you've had the fleeting thought, but when you've actually thought, coming towards 12, 13, 14 years, geez, maybe it's just time for a break?
Breaks like today is a strange day, KG. I'm sitting home for the first time, and there's meetings on at 8 in the morning, and then there's a bit of training in the afternoon, watching computer video clips with the players, and I'm thinking, gee, what am I doing at home?
Yeah.
So there's been some very interesting phone calls. One I had today, and it was just brilliant. It was the Premier of South Australia and I are having a chat about what it's like to be on the front and back page of the paper all the time. And Mike Rand, it was fantastic for him to ring me, and
that's great.
It was brilliant, to give his time just to say that he respected what I've done for South Australia and been involved.
He is a Port man.
Well, there's no doubt he's a Port man.
Yeah, he's a Port man.
And it was great talking to him, and the people have been ringing around the place. It's been great.
Choco, the thing that disturbs me, growing up with your late dad and being a West Adelaide man who Foss was initially,
and me, of course,
and yourself and Glenn,
yes.
Dad's brother, who I played cricket with at Adelaide.
Yeah.
I love Westies. I used to walk home from Adelaide Oval crying when those mongrels from the Port would beat Westies by less than a kick. But I didn't like Port Adelaide, but I had the greatest respect for what your family has done for football, not just for Port, but footy in South Australia. Is this sadly the end of a dynasty with the Williams family and the Port Adelaide Football Club?
Well, Jenny and Steve are still down there, and
will they stay there?
They're doing some good work. Yeah, if Matty wants them there, it's all about doing the best thing for the club, and it will depend on what Matty and the others want, but hopefully, and who knows, in some time in the future, one of my kids might want to play down there as well. So it's not, you know,
But
it's not tarnished. The relationship is not tarnished.
That's
You have to understand
important.
it. You have to
That's
understand
important.
that. You know, the club have been wonderful for me. They've given me opportunities and let me do my thing. And you know, we've had some great success together. They paid for my kids to go to school. That's just one of the great reliefs of a father's life. So you know, I don't have any enemies or regrets down there at all.
You're not angry?
Honestly, it's a new chapter in my life. It's a new challenges coming forward. I don't know what they're going to be, but you know, it will re-energise me without any doubt at all.
How did you tell your kids? Because you are a family man. How did you
Yeah,
tell your
look,
kids?
you know, what if this happened? What if that happened? That sort of stuff, so that they had a, you know, what would you do? I've got 2 kids wanting to stay, 3 wants to leave, but you know. My youngest son, who is not a bad player, he knows his father's son to Collingwood, so he's happy to go to Collingwood straight away.
We're not happy about that at all. Not for one
Well,
moment.
Marcus is moving in with me. I saw Marcus yesterday, and we stopped by and had a chat, and I said, "How's it going? Wherever you're going?" He said, "Well, he's living with me, so that'll be just good for you." The media at times have you under siege, certain sections of the media. When you're a coach, you have mechanisms to deal with it. I mean, no one likes it, but when you start to see it impact on the kids and Pauline, how do you deal with that?
Look, we talk about it a little bit. We try not to read too much of it and try and keep him isolated a little bit from it. But you know, it doesn't matter. You go to school or walk down the street and people tell you what's in it. And did you see that? Or gee, that was bad that they said that or whatever. So it's a pretty harsh world out there. But you know, if you look at all the benefits of football have given my family, you know, well, you have to take the good with the bad and just get on with it.
Choco, will you coach again?
Look, I hope so, but you know, you never know. There's only a few jobs around. You know, it's interesting. I've watched what Dean Laidley's done and how he's worked with me. That's been pretty interesting, and you know, I think it's pretty successful. He's worked that in really well. I anticipate that there'll be more and more of those sort of things, helping younger coaches in the background. But you know, if you know me really well, I'm always thinking of other ideas and you know what might, you know, I even tell you blokes here about
when backdrop,
need couple of new things happening here and names on the screen and I just look at it and think
some ex-coaches in more stuff like that.
I've talked to a leading ex-coach that's looking for new ideas, and he's head of the ex-coaches association.
Oh, how's that, coach? He's been out of the job 2 days. He rings me and says he wants to be vice president of the SAC Coaches Association. So, mate, there's a lot of people in this club. You can't just get straight to the top straight away.
The family's prepared to move?
Oh, yeah. And Pauline comes from Melbourne, and so she's happy to go back there if that works out.